We launched our Searching for Solutions series to tackle our community's biggest problems and look for solutions. And one of Tucson's most visible challenges is the unsheltered crisis in our city. That's why all month long, News 4 Tucson is dedicated to bringing you stories about the work that is being done locally on the issue and what other cities, our size and bigger, are doing to address the problem successfully. News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia joins us now with the City of Tucson's efforts to solve this growing problem.
Yeah, this is definitely a growing crisis. You think you're seeing more homeless people living on the streets of Tucson? That's because you are. In the past 10 years, the amount of people living on the streets has gone up about tenfold. So how do we fix that problem? Tonight, we start searching for solutions right here at this low barrier shelter with the City of Tucson's efforts to tackle the unsheltered crisis.
We had an apartment and he was working. Everything was going really great, you know what I mean? And
in the 17 years Annie Bachman and Chris Mullis have been together, they never thought they'd be homeless. It's a scenario that nearly 60% of Americans who are just one paycheck away from living on the streets can relate to.
even just the simplest things like having a bed to lay in. Sometimes he would have to go and work and it'd be really scary being out there by myself. Very scary. And thank God I have my little dog to protect me. But
it's very strange. It's really eye-opening. I was an EMT firefighter before I had problems in my life, so I was used to the other end of the spectrum.
Last year, the city funded Housing First program fast-tracked the opening of this former fire station into a 70-bed emergency low-barrier shelter. Low-barrier shelters allow people to stay here short-term with minimal requirements.
Not a traditional shelter is. So they can bring their pets. They can be using substance, they can have untreated mental health, they can come in as a couple.
The former Fire Station 8 is now a lifeline for Annie and Chris. In the 7 months they've lived here, they've been assigned a case manager to help them get back on their feet and assist with resources like working to get them permanent housing vouchers. The concept of Housing First launched in 2019 as part of the City of Tucson's multi-tiered plan to address the growing homeless crisis via encampment protocol, which is assessing and addressing makeshift camps, outreach at parks, connecting with the unsheltered community, and Housing First. Another part of the city's solution is working with organizations like Old Pueblo Community Services. It's a nonprofit that looks at other cities who have been successful in their battle to help combat the unsheltered crisis.
You know, what works and what's effective, and that led us at the time to the city of to Salt Lake City, and they were using the Housing First model. If you look at the overall breadth of studies, you'll find that Housing First is the most effective way to address housing, the homelessness in unsheltered population.
Just all came together at the table, the city, Old Pueblo, El Rio.
So what do you think the solution is to the unsheltered crisis in the City of Tucson?
We need a place to put them so they're not stagnant in the shelters. Like, we need an avenue out, and we do that. We do specialty Section 8 vouchers through the City of Tucson so our people don't become stagnant, but there's never enough.
And once a person walks through these doors, they can stay for as long as they want. And we do know that there's not just one solution to solve the unsheltered crisis here across the Southwest. Searching for solutions, I'm Monica Garcia.
And as we continue searching for solutions to the unsheltered crisis here in Tucson, we'd love to hear your ideas or any initiatives that you know of that have worked successfully in other communities. You can email us right here at searchingforsolutions@kvoa.com. News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia joins us now with the success happening at the former Holodome, now the HSL Center of Opportunity.
From ballroom to shelter, I am standing in what was once the Holiday Inn Holodome, now run by the Gospel Rescue Mission. It is a homeless shelter complex like you've never seen before. The guests that come here are people in dire need of a helping hand. That is thousands of people part of the unsheltered crisis off the streets of Tucson since it opened in 2019. A shelter that now serves as a role model for other cities across the country.
Oh man, it was awful. It was like trauma on top of trauma.
In the past year, Tucson mother Aaliyah Kino has seen plenty of struggle after becoming homeless and losing custody of her 8-year-old daughter, Izzy.
And really not knowing what to do or where to go.
Keno found help here at the Gospel Rescue Mission Center for Opportunity, the one-stop homeless shelter that takes an expedited approach to getting homeless people into permanent housing.
What we're seeing now is 80% of the people that come to us are homeless because of addiction or mental health, or most of the time both. So I like to say, do we really have a homeless problem or do we have addiction problem?
The center's trademarked resource plan includes providing people with shelter, 3 meals a day, if they need it, addiction recovery programs and job training. Helping some 12,000 people since it opened 6 years ago, it has become a model for the nation.
We've had 17 different cities and states come and get inspiration. 3 different countries come just organically because they heard word of mouth what we're doing here and get inspiration for doing the same in their city and states.
Keno is able to work on site here at the shelter's kitchen, part of the center's workforce development culinary training program. And with every program completed, Keno one step closer to reuniting with her daughter.
I just went hard for 6 months and I got her back in 6 months. And then just like a few weeks ago, I got my case closed.
Tucson is blessed to be able to have this, homeless services center that's reaching so many people, and other people see it as a solution for the country.
So what is the solution to the unsheltered crisis?
You just have to want it. Like, do you want to change your life? Do you want to stay on the street? Do you want a home?
Still, Gospel Rescue Mission's Lisa Chastain says there's always more work that can be done.
I think one of the missing pieces for us is sober living environments that are safe place. They still have to be subsidized. They're returning right back to a toxic environment in which they tried to escape. Sober living neighborhoods, people that are for each other, that they have, that they want to see others succeed.
So here at the Gospel Rescue Mission Center for Opportunity, we're talking about that annual impact in 2024. This place has helped nearly 300 people secure permanent employment. Nearly 500 people are now living independently, all thanks to this place.
It's early morning in the heart of Tucson. This mobile outreach team with El Rio Health arrives to Swan Park stocked with the basics: snack kits, bottled water.
Do you want a snack bag?
I cut myself a few days ago jumping over a fence, and I would appreciate if they could dress it for me.
And most importantly, compassion, says Celia Lozano, nurse practitioner equipped to provide wound care.
A lot of times they're just blown off. They're not necessarily taken care of. There's this whole idea that people are homeless because they want to be. That's not the case. More and more we're seeing younger people, and we're seeing a lot of elderly people who just can't keep up with inflation.
Appreciate it.
And for many without a roof over their heads, it's the first opportunity in weeks or even months for a checkup.
You just got to try better and better yourself.
I mean, we need help like this, and sometimes we just trudge through it instead,
Alongside basic necessities, the team offers referrals for long-term treatment from mental health to substance abuse.
Well, I mean, right now everybody's on blues, and recently I've been dabbling in that. I don't really get the craze. I think it's something people are stuck on more than they choose to be.
What's the blues?
It's fentanyl.
I tried not to tell them I'm a nurse practitioner right off, because I'm a human, first off, just like they are.
4 times a week, 5 hours a day. The team, made up of nurses, case managers, and volunteers, target unhoused hotspots in our area. All at no cost, thanks to a grant funded by the city of Tucson.
Personally, myself, I have a lot of friends and families that have been affected by homelessness.
They're not just handing out necessities. They are building a lifeline.
Take care. Be safe.
Talk to them like people, like what happened to you, what's going on, what do you need.
Each visit brings more than just food and first aid, but a possible solution to the unsheltered crisis.
Also, sometimes it's really cool when we meet people who are they're at that pivotal moment of, oh, I'm sick of this.
Many taking their first steps toward recovery and stability.
Like when people are ready to go to rehab or maybe seek shelter or seek housing, we're here for them.
Stay safe. You know where the cooling centers are?
But they tell me they can only do so much. More work still needs to be done.
People want to be sober, but have you tried standing outside in the Tucson heat or the winters and you have nowhere else to go other than a cooling shelter?
I think we're lacking housing. like people just need housing, and there's just not enough of it.
So here's the problem. From drug use to people sleeping and defecating outside of their business, homeless activity along this Midtown corridor where this business is located is a serious problem. So how do we fix it? Tonight we speak with local business owners about the issue and their solutions.
I have seen people shoot up right by my back door. I've seen people smoke fentanyl at our front door while customers are walking in. I mean, the vandalism and the theft.
For more than 60 years, Bud's Drapery Den has operated on the corner of Speedway and Swan without issue. But that's all changed since the amount of unsheltered people camping outside Tom Miller's business and gathering at this nearby park has exploded in recent years.
They've stole catalytic converters, they keyed 6 cars, they just broke a window Saturday.
This year, he says he spent thousands of dollars in new security measures, including installing this fence to keep him and his employees' vehicles safe.
I've had people set fire to my property in the back of my building 3 times now.
A few doors down, Bill Wyko owns Audio 2000. He showed us the damages from a fire last fall that destroyed more than $100,000 worth of tools and 2 trucks.
We're sitting in the back doing drugs, and they set fire to the back of the building because of the grass that was back there, and they just get up and leave, and they're gone. It cost me a tremendous amount of money and tools and time. And
at the height of the homeless activity last year, both Miller and Wyko reached out to officials from the city and the county.
I emailed, I took pictures of what was happening, and I said, I'm paying my taxes, this is my business, I can't run a business like this.
Miller says Tucson police came and forced the people sleeping next to his entry away.
But even 3 days a week, there's still someone sleeping back by the fence.
So what do you think the solution is to the unsheltered crisis?
It's treatment. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's got to be that, because if these people don't get better, you know, they live for their next fix.
Like, I live in Oro Valley, and you cross the border into Oro Valley and they catch you walking around there, they'll pick you up and they'll put you right back in Tucson. They'll drop you back off here. They will not stand for it. There was a time when Tucson wouldn't stand for it.
And many business owners have felt alone in their fight to operate their businesses while battling the homeless epidemic on their doorsteps. Searching for solutions, Monica Garcia, News 4 Tucson.
For months now here on News 4 Tucson, we've been focused on Tucson's unsheltered crisis, the fentanyl emergency, and the crime tied to both. It's all been part of our Searching for Solutions series, and today, after years of conflict between the two entities, the city of Tucson and Pima County finally sat down together in their first joint meeting to tackle these problems head on. News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia is live now, where that high-stakes meeting has just wrapped up. Monica, what happened?
Hey there, Sean. So that meeting wrapping up about an hour ago, and both sides calling this a turning point. As you just said, this is the first meeting that they've had in years. We've been covering for the past couple of months our Searching for Solutions series. We've highlighted the unsheltered crisis. We've highlighted the crime crisis, a lot of it including fentanyl, the fentanyl crisis. Well, now leaders are putting everything on the table, and they're saying they've owned, or they're now owning, where things have fallen short. And so city and county staff outlining the biggest breakdowns: weak coordination, they say, slow treatment access, and too few shelter and housing options. They did show us a county slide that pointed to justice system gaps and a proposed Metro Justice workshop, as well as a pilot for people who need both treatment and safe shelter. Today was about confronting what wasn't working and then committing to the next steps.
And so I think that the Board of Supervisors and Chair Scott, you know, it felt uncomfortable for a bit because we were trading back and forth, but I think that now the community understands that there's a responsibility by both Pima County, not just the city of Tucson.
And coming up at 5, we are going to hear from Rex Scott about the meeting today as well. I spoke with him as well. And both sides, the county and the city, stressed that this is not going to be their last meeting, that they are really going to try to meet quarterly on the homelessness and the fentanyl crisis in our area. Searching for Solutions. Sean, back to you.